Welcome to our No More Poor Decisions honeymoon event. I hope you all had an opportunity to pour yourself a bit of your favorite beverage this evening so that we can sip together and serve you up something you need for a successful honeymoon vacation. I'm Jennifer Wayland, founder of Island Bridal and Island Travel Group, and this is Nikki. We have worked together for over a decade and together form your honeymoon dream team. 21 years ago, after over a decade planning honeymoons, I felt that honeymoon couples were getting the shaft. You're often spending more than ever on the vacation of a lifetime, and I didn't want you to get lost in the shuffle anymore. With your conversation being interrupted in a storefront setting, talking about private affairs in a non private atmosphere, or just plain treated like a number when I felt that you deserve a higher level of service. So I created Island Bridal, a place where couples can talk to live honeymoon and destination wedding experts at the time of day that is convenient for you, where every request and vacation wish is considered and every romantic element possible is incorporated into your vacation.
You may also recognize us as Island Travel Group, as I told a lot of you at the bridal show, if I got to talk with you. We started as Island Bridal, and our goal as travel agents is to be your travel agent throughout the whole span of your lives. Therefore, after Jennifer started years ago doing people's honeymoons, now she's moved on to those same people, but now she's doing their family vacations and even their high school and college graduation trips. So therefore, we decided that we needed to expand into Island Travel Group so we could serve our clients for their lifetime of travel, not just their one special event.
Thank you, Nikki. So today I'm going to take you through our award-winning planning process. I just want to make sure you are making every consideration while crafting your dream honeymoon. You'll be muted throughout the presentation. However, Nikki will be monitoring the chat throughout the presentation and there for you if there is technical difficulty, as there will be plenty of time for questions as I have designated this entire evening to helping you plan. So throw your questions in the chat and we will be sure to get you an answer. A good name for this event is workshop because if you follow along, we will accomplish so much together this evening. And because I feel like this event is so effective and valuable for you, I'm going to record the entire presentation so that if your significant other can't be here, you can share it or review it together later. Now, I have added our honeymoon questionnaire, a link to our honeymoon questionnaire in the chat. So if you look now, you'll see it. And then please copy and paste this URL now so that you can reference it to help you stay on target. And of course, you can always revisit it. It is in a questionnaire form. So if you are able to complete and submit it at the end of the workshop, you will go into our prize drawing for a custom personalized leather luggage tags from Nikki. Check them out. And as you can see, if you've opened up the URL, the link in the chat, you can see that we start with getting your full name. And why this is important is that eventually, especially if you're traveling internationally, but even domestically, we are going to need your name exactly as it appears on your ID that you will use at check-in. So that's first, middle, and last name if those are on your ID that you plan to use at check-in. So for domestic, you can use your passport or your driver's license, and for international, you'll need that passport book. Also, your phone, email. What's the best time to reach you? Your wedding date, which helps us plan how much time you're going to have preparing for your trip. We're going to ask you questions like how many nights you would like to vacation and how flexible your travel dates are. So what we're looking at there is we can leave no earlier than this date and we have to be back by this date. And perhaps maybe there's a weekend in between there. We have another wedding that we have to attend, so we can't be gone over that weekend. So giving us those preferred departure dates, preferred return date, knowing about how many nights that you want to vacation, but also knowing how flexible your dates are, we are able to make suggestions like, wow, if you leave a day earlier, you can save $500. Or if you stay one extra night, they're offering the eighth night free. So we can get you a free night added on to your honeymoon. So that is why we ask for that kind of information. And then, of course, we always want to know what kind of research you've done. Do you have any specific interests or requests? Have you noticed anything online, any kind of room amenities, any destinations that look attractive, any activities that you don't want to miss out on that you're really looking forward to participating in as a couple on your honeymoon? Um, so we also always want to ask, would you consider a cruise? Because we want to throw those in the mix if that's at all an option. And then your preferred departure airport, or do you intend to drive? And in our area, we have 9 airports to check. So you can let us know what your preferred airport is, but we'll usually word it more like, do you have a favorite airport? Are there any airports that you just refuse to leave from? We are happy to shop all of those 9 airports to make sure you're getting the best schedule and the best fare. And then what is a comfortable travel budget? So we have found that a lot of times you're not sure what a honeymoon costs or what the type of honeymoon you're imagining costs. So we typically, couples can tell us if we're in the right ballpark. And this really helps us only lay in your lap honeymoon vacations that are in your spending plan. So we don't want to talk all about on all evening honeymoon vacation that is twice as much as you could possibly spend on your honeymoon, or that's half of what you really want to indulge yourself in this honeymoon vacation. So we'll usually ask questions like, what is a comfortable spending plan? Is it 3 to 5,000, 5 to 7,000, 7 to 10, 10 to 15, and so on? And that way you can give us a range, and then we will make sure that everything that we offer to you is within that range and that comfortable spending plan so that you're considering only those vacation itineraries that you're comfortable spending. So what type of accommodations do you prefer? Again, because it's difficult sometimes for people to know exactly what a budget property is or a moderate property or deluxe or a luxury, we'll ask a question like, do you prefer budget to moderate accommodations, moderate to deluxe, or deluxe to luxury? Again, most couples will have an idea which range they fall in or which range that they want to be in for this particular vacation. And then what type of decor is most appealing to you? Again, couples are all unique, and every vacation is unique, and if certainly every honeymoon vacation. And you might even be vacationing a little bit differently during your honeymoon than maybe most vacations that you've been on. So this is a very special vacation for you. So what type of decor is most appealing to you? If you've done some research, this might be easier to answer. If not, maybe look around your home. How do you decorate when you walk into a space? What really gives you that that wow factor? Is it when it's contemporary and modern and clean lines and marble, or is it traditional luxury like mahogany, four-poster beds? Is it rustic? Is it local to the destination like Caribbean luxury like bamboo furniture and light pastel airy colors? So that is something else that, again, we want to appeal to every desire that you have. So if you have a preference, we want to know because we want you to get that wow factor when you walk in. And do you prefer a smaller, more intimate resort or a larger resort that usually has better nightlife? So the difference would be in a smaller, more intimate resort, you're going to see a lot of the same people while you're there. You're going to see a lot of the same staff repeatedly throughout the day. You're probably going to learn their names. They're going to learn your names. You're going to have conversations with them and find out about their family and their relationships. And they're going to do the same with you. So it's a much more intimate atmosphere. It's also typically, though, a much more quieter vacation atmosphere. So if you are really into like the foam parties in the pool and the swim up bars that are happening and the disco music and everything during the day and night, then perhaps a larger resort will be a better option for you where there are going to be, entertainment during the day around the pool, entertainment in each evening after dinner. There's going to be dancing, there's going to be just more nightlife. So that might be the route that you want to go. And again, sometimes this is a little more difficult for couples to answer, but if you can answer that for us, if you do have a preference or can elaborate on that, we would love to hear more. And then we'll go through again amenities that you feel like you must have. Perhaps you've been looking around, perhaps people have made recommendations to you. Do you definitely want a swim out room, is which we usually consider to be the social rooms, because you do when you're on the ground floor and there's that pool outside your room, you give up a little bit of privacy because people can kind of swim by your room. So if you're okay with that, that's great. It's you're going to be your social room. It's going to be, what if he wants to watch a game while you want to be in the pool, or you want to lay in the pool and read a book while he's, and taking a nap or something like that, then you have that opportunity that way. I will warn you though, that not only are you giving up a little bit of privacy, but a lot of times because those pools are right up against the building, they are in a shadow and shaded throughout at least a large portion of the day. And so they're not necessarily going to have that direct sunlight. All inclusive, is that important to you? You've been nickeled and dimed for potentially a whole year planning your wedding. Is this something where you're going to be really excited to just pay for your honeymoon and then have at one expense and not worry about what you're going to spend while you're there? All inclusive is a great way to go and just leave your worries behind. You can buy the whole bar around if you want to. So, do you want couples only? Do you want more of a romantic atmosphere? Some couples only resorts are going to be a more party like, for like girls getaways and guys getaways, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, and others going to be are going to cater to more romance and romantic amenities for couples. Do you definitely want a swim up bar? There are a lot of resorts out there that do not have swim up bars. Do you want an oceanfront pool? Again, the next is swimmable beach. So this is something we ask couples, because if you are going to a tropical location, we'll ask you if you like to swim in the pool or do you prefer to swim in the ocean, because all beaches are not created equally. So a one beach may be long walking, one may be very short and landlocked in a crescent shaped cove. One beach may be crystal clear and swimmable and no seaweed or seagrass or sargassum. And the other one might be murky and kind of dirty. And so if you're okay with not swimming in the ocean, then it opens up a lot more resorts for you. And if you're pool people, then we'll want to make sure that you have that oceanfront pool so you can enjoy the beach scene from your pool. Do you definitely want a room with an ocean view? Do you definitely want a balcony? Is this where you see each other spending time just sitting on your balcony and just looking out and maybe having a drink or just relaxing during the day or in the evening or in the morning on your balcony with a cup of coffee? Do you want an in-room jacuzzi, or do you prefer maybe a jacuzzi on your balcony? Is an outdoor shower sound really attractive to you? So these are amenities that are rather popular with honeymooners, but of course we want to know what sounds attractive and interesting to you. And if there's anything else you'd like to add, do you have any special requests? Do you have any mobility issues or dietary needs or anything else you can think of? For example, for those swim out rooms, oftentimes we will request the room at the end of the hotel room block. So no one really has any reason to swim past your room, but you can go out and swim past theirs. What type of activities are you interested in? So again, how active are you? How much do you want to leave the resort? Do we want to put you somewhere like Aruba that doesn't have as many places or many things to do and see outside of the resort, or Grand Cayman or Turks and Caicos? Or do we want to put you somewhere like St. Lucia or Jamaica where you couldn't possibly see and do it all in the matter of a week to 10 days? So really understanding what you like to do helps us incorporate that and really create a full vacation itinerary, letting you helping you decide how much that you can fit into your honeymoon vacation. So you can prioritize those activities that you want to do, letting you know what is available that you're interested in at your destination, how much it costs, how much of the day it's going to take for you, maybe combining a couple of these activities for efficiency and cost savings. We can recommend our own. We've been doing this for 32 years, so we have people in the destination that we work with regularly, private cars, private drivers, VIP service that we can recommend to you based on what your interests are while you're in destination. We also love to know how you heard about us because we always want to say thank you because you may have noticed, but we don't do a ton of advertising. We really work by referral, and it's worked for us for 21 years. So we hope that you too will have a fabulous 5-star experience with us and recommend us to your friends and family. We promise to take very good care of them. So then we just really want to know, what inspired you to have this conversation with us? What type of assistance can we provide to you? Because of course that might be look differently for different people. Some may be concerned about security and safety. Some may be concerned about the flight. Someone doesn't like to fly. Someone has mobility issues or something like that. So what kind of scares you about doing this on your own that you came to us so that we can help you plan this perfect honeymoon vacation?
And Jen, I always like to say too, I look at this different now after planning vacations and honeymoons for people and then helping my daughter plan hers. She was, bent on they're going to go to Hawaii. They want to do all these things. And I could tell as wedding planning went on farther with her, she was getting so tired of having to make decisions that I was like, you don't want that. Even though she thought she did, that was, we were talking about this in like November for the next September. And as we got closer and closer, I was like, I don't think you're going to want to have to make decisions. And then so I was like, I really think an all inclusive is where you want to be. You don't have to make decisions. And, kiddos don't always want to tell you that you're right, but she did come back and say you were right. So there's also things that we consider, when you're 8 or 9 months, a year and a half out, that honeymooners might not be thinking about yet, but we've already seen these trends and paths happen for people. So sometimes that's just another way we can kind of offer advice of where you might be at that time.
Absolutely. That's great advice. And I think that's exactly kind of where you get to. I remember those days myself. So it's nice to, wake up and not worry about, where are we going to eat? How much is it going to cost? Who's going to pay? What are we going to do? How much time do we have? Of course, even if you are traveling to Hawaii or something like that, obviously we are going to help you budget your day because if you hold out your hand in front of you right now, you have 5 fingers. So let's say this is a 5-day vacation. The first day is travel. You're going to arrive if you're going to the Caribbean, if you're going to Hawaii, even for that matter, you're going to arrive mid to late afternoon. So you probably get to your resort between 3 and 5 p.m. That evening, you'll probably just go out, catch the last bit of sunshine, and overnight. Now you're already on day 2. You're hanging out at the resort, getting a feel for all the amenities and the inclusive features if you're at an all-inclusive, enjoying, relaxing. This is the first day after your wedding and you're reminiscing, and maybe your legs are tired from dancing the night away. You spend the night. Now you're already on day 3 and you're leaving the resort for the first time. So then you spend that night, the next day, maybe get out and do something on the island again and overnight. And the next day you're getting out again. Now that's day 5. You've gone out of the resort twice. You've had 2 days in the resort, 2 days out of the resort. So you can see that we really help you budget your time on your vacation because, I don't know, vacation time just goes so much faster, right? So much time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely. And there's just things that, a year out, you might not be thinking about yet, but that's our job. So that's where we come in and, just say we want to make sure you realize X, Y, and Z, just so we're, sure that you're getting exactly what you dream of when you think of your honeymoon.
I love it. So let's talk about what's trending in honeymoon travel. Sustainability. So the planet is burning and flooding, which is alarming for those currently impacted by extreme climates and future generations. Will you choose a destination, a resort, or a travel supplier that makes a valid effort to minimize their carbon footprint? If this is something that interests you, we encourage you to look for green certified hotels and lodges whenever possible, and also cruise ships for that matter. And don't forget about locally owned accommodations, which have the added benefit of directly supporting local economies. You may choose to research opportunities for voluntourism. Yes, that is a word. When travelers volunteer their time abroad to help a community or the environment during their trip. So, when traveling, it's important to try the local foods. Not only will it help bring you out of your culinary comfort zone, it can be great for the local economy as well. And we partner with Pack for a Purpose. And we'll go ahead and add that into the chat real quick here. Whoops, pardon me. So, Pack for a Purpose has a big impact in the communities that you visit. So, you basically simply use a small amount of space in your luggage to pack supplies needed by the local community you are visiting. So, you can go to Pack for a Purpose, you put in your destination, and it will tell you what is needed at that destination and where are drop off points, which honestly are many times at your front desk. So, that's the good news. You've heard the saying, two killing two birds with one stone. How about two trips, one stone? These trips generally last 10 to 14 days and start from $7,000 per couple to $20,000 per couple. So popular multi-destination trips are Dubai and the Maldives, the Seychelles and South Africa, St. Lucia and sailing. You can actually split your stay on land a few days and at sea a few days. London and Paris. There's a channel, a train that goes underneath the English Channel from Paris to London and vice versa. So, very, very simple and very efficient. Spain and Portugal. Very nice with Spain. The majority of Spain or the hotspots in Spain being inland, Portugal being a small coastline country is a great addition to time in Spain. Australia and Fiji. Fiji is a great stopover point on your trip to Australia. Actually, Australia is one place I've always said I could actually live there. New Zealand and Tahiti. Again, Tahiti is a great stopover point for New Zealand. Italy and Croatia. They are neighboring islands. They're right across the sea from one another, and they're attached at the top of their countries and very convenient. There are a lot of sailings, yachts, and ships that go between Italy and Croatia. So it's a great combination. The beach and a Caribbean cruise. Disney World and Disneyland, or Disney World or Disneyland, pardon me, paired with a cruise, or visiting two Hawaiian islands in one trip. As you can see, they're very different experiences on the different islands of Hawaii. Keep in mind that while couples may think it's worth cramming intense 3-city itineraries into a 12-day tour, you'll only scratch the surface of a location. So if you think you will only get there once, that's great. Hit the ground running. If you think you may have the opportunity to go back someday, maybe even bring your kids back someday, the latest travel trend that couples are embracing is the art of slow travel, truly getting to know a destination. Slow down, cover a smaller territory, rent a car, stay a while, meet the locals, dine around, and relax. Another surprising way to do this is to choose a river cruise. River cruises offer slow, scenic travel, letting you off in the heart of the town or city, staying overnight in town, so giving you a ton of extra time in the destination, and leaving you plenty of time for adventure. It's not just Europe either, which you may be familiar with, and those are amazing, but think the Nile River in Egypt with pharaohs and pyramids, the Mekong River in Southeast Asia, sailing from Vietnam to Cambodia, and then extend your travel into Thailand, or the Rhine River in Germany, which is so romantic. You can sail from playful Amsterdam to breathtaking Zurich, Switzerland, and extend for Oktoberfest in Munich. And of course, if nonstop onboard entertainment is more your style, you will want to look at ocean cruising. Specifically on Royal Caribbean's larger ships, the nightly entertainment draws a standing ovation every time. But if a big old ship sounds impersonal, never fear. We recommend our higher end clients to upgrade to suite level accommodations for access to exclusive areas of the ship, including semi private lounges, restaurants, pools, and VIP seating for those amazing nightly shows. We recommend that you take advantage of shoulder season. Honeymoon couples typically marry on a Saturday, open gifts, and see family off on Sunday, perhaps drive to their park and fly hotel Sunday evening, and fly out early Monday morning. That may not be you. If your schedule is flexible, we recommend traveling during shoulder season to avoid the crowds and get more bang for your buck. In the most popular honeymoon vacation destinations, shoulder season is September through mid-November, not including Thanksgiving week. Also, the first couple weeks of December can be low occupancy and better rates. Shoulder season exists for a few reasons, including number one, half of the world are students or teachers, and they just got back to school and are settling in. They're not yet jonesing for a vacation. Number two, it's peak hurricane season during that time of year in the Atlantic and the Pacific and Caribbean Sea. So, one way, though, to avoid this risk is travel insurance that allows you to cancel for any reason. So, you can reschedule for any date in the future. And that way, even if a hurricane may not even hit your destination, but it may hit where you're planning to change planes, so where you're traveling through, or the hurricane off the coast may cause torrential downpours at your destination, even if it doesn't come very close to your island. So be sure to let your vacation planner know just how flexible your travel dates can be. Even if you've traveled to an all-inclusive resort in the past, couples are upgrading their all-inclusive options in a big way. Check out Impressions Moshe by Secrets, Jade Mountain in St. Lucia, and Sandals Grand St. Lucian, these individual rendezvous on the beach. We can help you decide what atmosphere and services are the best value for you, meeting your vacation wishes you just shared with us in your questionnaire or during our conversation. All-inclusive resorts in the Caribbean and Mexico typically include all of your meals, all of your drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, day and night entertainment, gratuities, taxes, and fees. It's a great way to set a budget and stick to it. So please know that a valid passport book, not a passport card, is necessary to fly anywhere outside of the United States. That includes Canada. So if you're sailing out of Vancouver to Alaska, you need a passport book. That includes flying to and from Mexico as well. A passport card is only useful if you're walking or driving across the border to Canada or Mexico. It's currently taking a couple of months to get your passport. However, we recommend that you allow at least 4 months. So apply for that passport at least 4 months prior to your departure, because during peak times, it can take that long. Something important to note also is that if you are sailing from a US port like Miami And returning to a US port, you don't need a passport book. You only need a certified copy of your birth certificate with the raised seal, along with a valid government issued photo ID like a driver's license or state ID card. You can also use a passport card for this. Oh, and if you get a new passport within 1 year of getting married, you can change your name on your passport for free. For example, in preparation for your honeymoon vacation, you apply for and receive your passport. A few months later, you honeymoon in your maiden name because your name on your reservation has to match the name on your passport. So newlyweds often travel in their maiden name. And then when you return from your honeymoon vacation, you can send your passport in to get your name changed for free. Remember, all of this has to happen within a 12-month period of time. And in case you aren't following us on social media and missed your opportunity, for those in attendance today, I have a free coupon for namechange.org to get a name change kit absolutely free. This will save you countless hours remembering what you need to change or finding out what you need to change your name on and filling out the paperwork for things like your social security card, your driver's license, credit cards, bank accounts, and more. So be sure to leave a comment in the chat so we can send that out to you right away. US destinations. Popular with honeymooners are Disney World theme parks, all-inclusive guest ranches with horseback riding, fishing, hiking, road trips to places like South Carolina, stopping for a horse ranch tour in Lexington and some rafting and hiking in Tennessee along the way. Sedona, Arizona is magical and breathtaking scenery. Sonoma, California is a lovely area, a smaller, more affordable scale to its neighboring Napa Valley, and often paired with a night or two in San Francisco. And of course, a rail journey through Alaska is top of the list for any age. Perhaps you already have everything you need for your kitchen and home. What are you supposed to register for? On our website at islandbridal.com, if you click on honeymoon, you'll see that we offer a honeymoon registry and, more importantly, honeymoon registry tips. At Island Bridal Travel, we want to help you make your honeymoon registry tasteful and successful at the same time. So these are some of the things that you need to know. When you register for an item and someone buys it for you through your registry, you get the cash, but you decide when and to which account your registry cash goes to. There are no reservations made upon purchase. So when you're creating your registry, you will find that you have the option to choose from many preloaded activities and excursions offered at your destination and resort. The preloaded activities and excursions on your honeymoon registry are symbolic of the price you will pay when you actually reserve the service. So again, when your guests are making a reservation on your registry, they're not necessarily reserving the service for you. They're giving you cash so that you can schedule. Remember, we talked about scheduling out your time at your destination. So we can help you go through and schedule what you want to do and when. So it's actually important that you've already done that scheduling and thinking about what you want to do before you create your honeymoon registry. When you're creating your honeymoon registry, you want to customize your registry to what your guests are willing to pay. So you want the items that you register for to represent what your guests are willing to pay for your wedding or shower gift. So this makes your registry successful. You can create these items that read something like this. So example number 1, you'll register and you decide what it says. So instead of picking things off the registry, you are creating this customized registry. It's super simple. We can show you how. So let's say you say upgrade to oceanfront room or upgrade to swim out room. Quantity 7 for 7 nights. Cost $80 each if you think your guests will want to spend $80 on your wedding gift or your shower gift. And so the upgrade may actually cost $170 per night. And you may have already booked that upgraded room, like you booked the oceanfront room or you booked the swim out room already, but your guests don't know this. You're making your registry successful by pricing the items that you register for at a price your guests are willing to pay. And your guests are going to be so excited to exclaim, I upgraded them to oceanfront room for 2 nights. So if they're willing to spend $150, they may buy two because there's quantity 7. So they can buy 2 nights of upgraded oceanfront. You get $160 and they can brag about upgrading you to oceanfront for 2 nights. So you are customizing what you want to register for and how much it's going to cost because again, they don't know that you've really already upgraded the room. You've really paid twice that much, but you don't think people are going to spend that. So you're making it affordable for them. Example number 2, zip lining. Quantity 2, because there's 2 of you, cost $100 each. So the zip line excursion may actually cost $140 per person, but again, this item is more likely to be purchased if it's offered at a price your guests are willing to pay. Perhaps you're registering for a couples massage that runs $240 total for 2. If you don't think your guests will want to spend $240 for your wedding gift, perhaps customize your registry like this. Register for spa massage, quantity 2 for the 2 of you, cost $120 each. If you get 2 of these, your couple's massage is paid for. Or perhaps you don't see the exact tour that your experienced vacation designer recommended to you. Again, you get to create these customized a la carte items by uploading your own picture and details that read this way. The number one thing I really want you to note, though, about this is do not over register. The last thing you want is to return from your vacation and a guest asks you how you enjoyed your ziplining adventure, and you answer, oh, we didn't get time for that. Then that will result in an unhappy guest that is wondering what happened to the money I spent on your ziplining gift. They don't realize that you got the money. So your registry will automatically deposit the registry gift funds into your financial institution, into your account, or send you a check if you opt for that for the money collected for from your registry, or they'll directly pay a service provider if they offer that option for what you want to do. So to schedule and pay for your service in advance will help guarantee availability. So you definitely get to do these things your clients are buying for you and save you precious vacation time. That's why we highly recommend that you spend some time with your vacation designer, your travel planner prior to your departure, planning out your activities and excursions before you go. We invite you to follow us on social media. We are constantly sharing honeymoon vacation tips, ideas, and inspiration. And on Fridays, we share date night ideas. And now we would love to answer any questions that you may have. Of course, you can at this point, we can take those from the chat. We invite you to schedule a time to chat with us. If you go to islandbridal.com, islandtravelgroup.com, you will notice that we have a lot of opportunities for you to sign up for travel deals, join our vacation club. You can email us at romance@islandbridal.com and we'll be happy to set a time for a one-on-one conversation with you where you can share all of the answers to those questions in that vacation questionnaire and we can go through them together and we can help you decide exactly what your vacation wishes are, and then we will take a couple of days, design this perfect honeymoon getaway, put it together, a few of the best options for you, and then sit down with you and show you pictures and videos and explain how these recommendations match the vacation wishes you shared with us during our conversation. So best wishes to you and thank you for trusting your special vacation to our experienced vacation designers at Island Travel Group.